Hi, I'm Aria. I am a senior in high school at Westchester East, and I'm an intern at Simmons Media, and I have been doing this since November.
Hi, I'm Gabe Francis. I'm the content operations manager here at Simmons Media. So, Aria, how did you get started with this internship?
Yeah, so I've done a lot of things within the videography and media production sphere, but specifically at school, my business teacher actually noticed that I was very interested and passionate about filmmaking specifically because I've talked to her a lot about, what I've done outside of school. And so this year they started a internship program with local businesses, and I mentioned wanting to do something with media production. So she actually connected us, and that's how I started working.
Cool, that's awesome. So, what prior experience in media did you have coming into doing the internship here?
So prior to interning here, I first started with YouTube. Obviously, I feel like everyone starts in YouTube. And that's where I started learning how to edit with iMovie, which is like the basic editing software. But after that, there are a lot of local filmmaking opportunities. So the first one I actually did was when I was in ninth grade. My friend introduced me to, it's called MACFI. It's the Media Arts Council Film Initiative, and it's a filmmaking program for teenagers and high schoolers. And we actually have a professor from Villanova's media production, Villanova University's media production program who teaches us about cameras and angles and like the 180 rule and stuff like that. So it was my first intro into professional filmmaking on short film sets, and I got to learn more about Premiere Pro. So that's where I was first introduced into it. But I filled in a lot of roles specifically. So like I started as a producer, then I ended up doing editor, assistant director, and then last year actually I directed my own first short film and produced it, also casted it. So it was a lot of roles to film, to fill in, but it was a great experience. And I also have done here in Westchester actually with the East Goshen Township, they have a filmmaking program, and so I did some classes with them, and eventually my film actually got selected. They had a Southeastern Pennsylvania teen filmmaking program at Movie Tavern in Exton, where they had films from all over, Southeastern PA, and we all showed our films on the big screen at Movie Tavern. So that was my first intro into seeing like where this could take me, because it's, you can start doing this in your room and making videos for fun, but being able to see where filmmaking can take you in the professional world is a great thing to see.
Well, that's really cool. That's
Mhm.
awesome. I didn't know about a lot of that stuff. So, what have you learned doing the internship with Simmons Media so far?
Yeah, so prior to being here, actually, I knew that in terms of the technical aspect, there's always a lot of footage with making films. I experienced that at MACFI, as I talked about earlier. And I really was grateful to learn this, but organizing files and at Simmons Media, you guys have a great way of organizing everything, figuring out, who's doing different projects, different clients and schedules. And that was a great way to see, like, because, with film, there's so much stuff you have to keep track of, audio and files and all that logistics and stuff. So that was a great thing to learn about, to see that it is possible to be very organized in, a sector where there's a lot of stuff going on all the time with planning and stuff. So that was great. I also learned about podcast setups and professional sets. I have experience being on sets, but I didn't really have experience making my own set. And I actually took back some of the stuff that I've seen around Simmons Media and been able to create my own sets at my house and, set up mics and cameras. And, that's really, important stuff to learn. Also, in terms of editing, I've done very basic edits, I would say, but being able to see testimonials and highlights and talking heads and, learn that lingo about knowing what types of videos there are, especially, with gym clients, is a great thing that I've learned too as well. So it's a variety of things throughout, not only editing, but technical aspects as well.
Yeah, that's great. I'm glad that you've learned a lot.
Thank you.
So do you want to do like a little review of how you liked the internship overall?
I would say it was a great way to look into the professional side of media production, because I've done so many things with film and, short films and writing. But being in a professional setting where there's actually clients that you have to sort of like show your work to and sort of keep quality standards up, according to what they want. It's great to see. Earlier I didn't really know how an actual media production, I guess not firm, but like place worked and how people interacted in that sort of setting. But being able to experience it has really opened my mind to like the possibilities and like where it could take me.
So, can you share some anecdotes about the team and their support?
Yeah, so I've only known, you and Matt for a short time. I'd say like a few months, but in those months I have learned a lot. Like I know I talk to you like every time I'm here and I'm always asking questions about like editing tools. I remember talking to you about, I forget what it was, but something with podcast setups and stuff like that. And I remember the SM NAS, like how you organize all your data and learning about like where you even keep all this footage. It's a lot of file storage, but like simple conversations. I've learned so many things, and I think it goes to show that just being in an environment and like interning at different places can really give you that opportunity to talk to people that are like where you want to be in the future. So yeah, just the conversations here have been really insightful.
Let's go. All right, cool.
I think that's all I have.
Yeah, that's
Thank
awesome.
you for your time.
Yeah. Thank you.